This earthworm had lived underground for many years, but it had always carried a dream to see the world above the soil with its own eyes. One day, it met another earthworm who shared the very same dream. It also longed to break free from the grip of the dirt. The two quickly became companions and began digging forward side by side. As they dug, they secretly competed, each wanting to be the first to find a way out. By coincidence, they chose the same direction. They dug closer and closer until they finally became tangled together. Neither earthworm was discouraged. They teamed up again and continued onward, leaving beautiful patterns etched into the soil. At that moment, the second earthworm suddenly pretended to be exhausted and simply followed behind its partner. Before long, they had carved countless tunnels underground. Then one day, a massive rock blocked their path. They came to a stop. The other earthworm examined it carefully and signaled that they should split up. So the two earthworms moved along opposite sides of the rock. Not long after, they met again, but the soil above them was still incredibly hard, impossible to break through. This time, they decided to go around the rock from different sides, but the first earthworm believed they should head in the opposite direction instead. It was their first real argument. Neither could convince the other, so they parted ways. Both were convinced that they would be the first to reach the surface. Neither was willing to back down. They dug forward with all their strength. Finally, 2.5 minutes later, the first earthworm burst through the ground, only to roll straight down a hillside. At the same time, on the other side, the second earthworm slowly emerged from the soil. It saw sunlight for the very first time and reached the world it had always dreamed of. But before it could truly take it all in, a large bird swooped down from the sky and snatched it up in a single bite. When the first earthworm saw this, it was terrified out of its mind. It immediately burrowed back underground and carefully filled in every tunnel it had ever dug. In the end, it curled up inside its burrow. At last, it understood. The world above was vast and beautiful, but it was also full of danger. Until one day, it broke through the soil once again from the other side of the world. Only this time, what kind of scenery would be waiting for it?